Welcome to my channel, Planning with Monserrate. What I'm going to be doing is doing a notebook. Making a traveler's notebook out of a leather piece I got from Michael's. And the reason I have it clipped is so that it stays together so I can hole punch it. So before I begin, I like to tell everybody welcome. Please subscribe, hit that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos. Please give this video a big thumbs up, leave a comment, and share the video. That'd be greatly appreciated. So what I'm going to do is show you the actual size of this notebook. And I think it's all inches. I don't think there's any centimeters in this ruler. So as you can see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So this here, and if we're measuring from here, would be about 7.5, right? But if from the top of the ruler to this line is 7.5 inches in height. Okay, so if I measure from the first one, which is that first line, it would be a little less than 7.5. So it would be that notch right there. Okay, so I will measure from, I would say 7.5. Okay, and when you go across, again, the same exact thing, you're at 5. So 1 notch over 5. Can you see that? I hope you can see that. So you're just above right here. And if you do it with the 1 notch over, so without the 1 notch over, you're at 2 notches over 5. Holding it tight, and you're there. So as you can see, I'm holding it tight, and it's there. Without it, it's 1 notch above. Okay. So you have that, and then here's your 5. There you go. So again, it could be 7.5, or a little less than 7.5. 1 notch under. So that is how that is. When you open it up, and I kind of like it closed like this, to be honest with you. And it does give like little markings. It looks just like this. So it's a leather piece from Michael's. You can smell the leather in it. I don't know if you could see the thickness of it. I'm trying so hard to show you the thickness of it. But I don't know why these pieces in the inside get these little tiny pieces and glitter. I don't even have glitter. But yeah, so I got this in Michael's. It was a little bit taller. And all I did was use... do I even have the piece in here? So I have this piece. I want to show you the other piece that I have in here. I don't know if I have it in here anymore. I was trying to pull it from the garbage, but it's a little bit thicker. And it's about up to here for the next piece. And yeah, so it was a little bit like wider. But I cut it down twice, and I wish I would have kept the piece to show you. So what you're going to need for this project is some kind of leather piece. I get mine at Michael's. I did pick up a remnant pack at, and this is one of the pieces, a remnant pack at Hobby Lobby for $9.99. I got it for $5.99 because they had a 40%. And you need some kind of hole puncher. This one here is from Hobby Lobby. And it is, I'm trying to see the name if there is one. So what this is, I don't see a name. You have different hole punches. So this is the skinniest, it looks like. Right? Yeah, so skinny. Is that the skinniest? So it's supposed to be like your next size. Okay, here. So this is the biggest. And from the biggest, you go around here. You got the smallest, then the next size, then the next, the next, the next, and it goes back to the top. I don't know if you can see that. It's like a little wheel. And you turn them when you want to use the size. So see where it's arrow? So let's see if this will turn. I haven't turned this in a long time. There you go. And then turn it again. You'll hear the click. See? But what I want is this one here. So I want to turn it again. So that goes on the inside. And that is the size I use. So I use the second one to the smallest. So here's the smallest, and that's the second one to make the hole punches. And I already started the hole punch right here and right here. And if you look at the book and where I hole punched, I should be a little too small there. No, I should be okay. Because here's the book right here. And I hole punched right there. So I'll do the exact same thing here. And I know you can't see it on this side because of the black. But I don't know if you can see the two little holes right there. So what I'm going to do with you is show you how I hole punched. And I didn't measure it. But I'm going to do it right now with you so you can see me measure. Is I just want to make sure it's straight. So I want to do a straight line. Then you know me with the straight lines. Let me move all of this stuff. This I'll show you what I'm using it for. It's probably going to be self-explanatory once I do what I need to do. Okay, and these books you get at Michael's, and it's the letters, the initials. I believe it was Michael's. I think they were the recollections, if I'm not mistaken. And I need this. Okay. So here's the piece that I'm going to use. All I did was take a gel pen, not even a pencil, because you're not going to see it at the end. And I'm going to take it from here and hole punch it here. So I'm just going in like 3 notches. I just want the hole punch to be not close to the edge of the notebook, or to the edge of the cover. I know this is going to be hard to show you because it is black on a black desk. I don't know if I have anything that wouldn't be distracting. It's like I put underneath. I don't think so. And then here I'm going to do the exact same thing. So I'm going to go over a little bit here, making sure the mark. So about right here. And then right here. So I just eyeball it. I'm not even serious about it. And then in the middle of between these two marks, I'm just going to mark it at, I say it was 7.5. So I'll do like here, 3.75. 3.75, I guess it is. Or no, like 3.5. What am I saying here? So like a 3.5. So there's a mark here, and then there's 2 marks here. And so all I do, and I'll bring it close so I can show you, is, do you see the piece that's here, the metal piece, or the brass piece, whatever it is? This piece is going to click onto that, like that. So it's like a hole puncher, but just for leather. This cuts leather. You find it right in the leather pieces. I want to say Michael's has it too. So do you see those little markings I have? It's kind of hard to show you because of the camera, but I don't know if you could see the markings. It's one here and one there, so I'll show you one. And if it's not perfect, it's not perfect. That's the beauty of having something you personalized. Can you see where I hole punched it? And then this little piece comes out. So let me show you. That little piece. It's big enough for a string. Probably will need tweezers or something at the end. And then again, I'm going to go right next to it, but not too close. Just enough. Put some pressure. Hear it click. That's when you know you got a good one. And I don't know if you can see the inside of here. Where'd you go? Right here. You can see the piece. So it either gets stuck in there or in here. And then you just got to pull it out. There you go. So that is those two pieces, and hopefully I did them in a good spot. Yeah, I think so. And it's still even, which is good. So the middle is a little difficult. As you can see, my hole punch is not going to go all the way. It's just not. It's not going to go all the way. There's no long arm so that it can go all the way. So what I do to that, to solve that issue, is I found the spot. I'm going to put the clip back on. A lot of this is kind of like off camera because it's hard to show you with, you know, the camera being so big. Only a certain size, and I'm sitting next to the camera, so it's kind of hard to show. But I think I've showed this before in my videos on a DIY project of traveler's notebooks. I used to love to do traveler's notebooks DIYs. Out of placemats, out of any kind of material that I could find that would look nice. I'm already loving this size. Like, really. I don't know if I would stay in this size. I'm just going to fold it in half, kind of like, just to get like a bend so I can see it. And make sure where I'm hole punching. This one may have to be hole punched a little differently. So I'm going to try it like this and see. No, I think I pretty much got it. It's not directly in the middle. It's kind of like off to here, which is fine. I mean, it's not directly into the spine, but it is fine. I mean, it's still going to work. That's the only thing with that, is you need a long one. Or an owl. If you can do it with an owl, then you'll be okay. So those are the little pieces you'll get. The little messy pieces. Okay, so now let's open it up. So this you're done with, unless you really seriously need to make another hole out of it. But I think I need to do the top part. So you're going to decide which is your top, which is your, see, it's off, but that's okay. I can do another one if I wanted to. So all I'm going to do is go to the hole that I did and just make sure I'm pushing through and push through. And if it didn't work, you just take a pair of tweezers and you just want to get the little piece out, or just push it through. Let's see, just these two pieces, and it's pushed through, so I don't really need to worry about it. There you go. So those little two pieces stayed. Now let me show you what I did. So with this are strings. This I just need to pull out. That's it. As simple as that. So that is going to go directly the same way that is. The same way. So I'm saving material. I didn't have to go buy anything. I had the traveler's notebook already. I'm going to push it through. And at the same time, I want to do my tweezers and push through. So I'm going into the back and I'm going to push this little circle thing going on. And keeping the elastic tied, okay? And then at the end, if you need to adjust, you have big enough spot to adjust it, because I'm not going to mess with it. But this part might be a little harder because those holes are bigger. So if you do need to make a bigger hole, go ahead. And if not, you can do it like this and just push. Oh, that is real life video. I just literally poked myself with the tweezers. Did not know these tweezers were that sharp. So we are gonna just make a little bit of a bigger hole so that doesn't happen again, and feed through, if we can, this beautiful elastic that tried to kick my butt. Okay, so this part might be hard to show you until I can get it in there. Okay, so now the tweezers are coming through, but not this. I didn't really want to make a bigger hole because I want it to be less obvious that there's elastic going through it, even though everybody knows that's what happens. Okay, so I'm gonna grab the piece. Am I even near the hole? Okay, there it goes. Do you see it coming through? So I'm gonna try to grip it as I'm pulling and releasing it out this way. It's in there. Now I'm just gonna grab it. So I'm gonna hold my fingers and hopefully not get pinched, because I just poked myself and no success. So let's try this again. Doing it the same way, taking the tweezers and pushing through. If anything, you'll have to just hole punch it a little bit bigger. It's not a big deal. This should not take this long. But I'm feeding 2 pieces, not just 1. So that is why I'm having a harder time. You know what, maybe if I just go inside, take the piece. So go inside, take the piece, see, like I'm doing. Trying to hole punch, not hole punch, like open it up while I'm in there. Which is not happening because it's staying closed. I know you can't see this part. So let's see if I can do it with you looking at this. Yeah, it's not happening. The hole's big enough now, obviously, because I keep messing with it. So I'm going to take this again, try to bring it in with it. There you go. Okay, now I'm going to release. I didn't mean to release all of it, but it happened. Okay, so hole punch, grab, push through, nothing. Okay. If anything, I'll pause the video and put it, you know, make a bigger hole punch. Or I might not even have to pause. I could just hole punch it again. I don't really want to hole punch it again though. Okay, we're gonna hole punch it one more time. I just need to get a bigger hole punch. So what I'm going to do is try to pinch in the same section. Or you know what, you don't even have to. What I'm doing is making it bigger. You see that? By using one of these pieces, you can make it bigger. And just turn it. And see, I scratched it a little bit. That's the beauty of having a piece like this. I should have probably did it. You know what I'm gonna do? Let me turn it. Just watch when you turn these, you don't pinch your hands, because I feel like it's going to pinch one day. Okay, maybe this one. I'm trying to find one that's really good, but it's not likely. Maybe this one. Just go through it. There you go. So see that? I pinched it in. Okay. So now I'll take the tweezers and hopefully this works. I don't want to be too long with this video. The next part should be a lot easier, because it's only threading and there's not that much to thread. Okay, so this is being a little difficult than I thought. Okay, so while I'm pushing through, I'm going to try and do it from the back side. From the front side, actually. So I'm going to go through the back. Try to grab as I'm pushing. This part you might not see. If anything, pause the video and just make it bigger. I'm getting a little annoyed with it because it's not even this difficult. I'm making it more than it should be. There we go. Here we go. Stay, stay, stay. hold it. There we go. It's not even hard, like, it's just because I'm using 2 pieces. There you have it. The elastic is on. So I don't know if I want it this way. I think it's this way I want it. Okay. And then here you have it. Perfect size. There you go. There's your front elastic to close it. To keep it closed. Now, and I didn't even use the whole spot. I can use the whole thing and just go like that. So I don't even have to adjust the size, which is perfect. I don't corner round. You can, at this point, corner round. I kind of like the square look. I don't like the corner round. I like it if it was stitched, but if it's not stitched, I like this. I really do. I like this part where it's not cornered. Alright, let's take the next step. So this part is the part you're going to cut. And you're not going to cut a lot of it. You only need to get the elastic back out. Just like this. This one has a lot of elastic. So we're not going to even need all this elastic. And if I ever need it again, it's here. Okay, so I even have cording here. The same color as the elastic that I bought at Michael's a long time ago. Okay, so I just gotta find the piece that's stuck, which is, I think, this piece. Nope. It's not this piece, it's this piece. Okay. So that's all I'm gonna do is unthread this by just going back and forth, looking for the piece. And just grabbing it out. I like these because it has pockets, but I'm not really needing it right now. So I'm just going to cut this piece off. It's not going to do me any good anymore, and then just remove it. Here and here. I do like this. I'm not going to throw it away or anything. There's nothing wrong with it. I just wanted to use the thread. And this is the Creative Devotion. Okay, so we're going to move this out the way. And now let's thread this, and hopefully I don't have a problem. Okay, so threading is pretty easy. You just pop it in, see? Same size hole. We're gonna pop it out. So you're going into the traveler's notebook. You should be in here with it, right? You're gonna go wherever the holes are. I don't know what I just dropped, but it's okay. Right here, you're going to go out with it. Okay, so this hole looks like it needs to get a little bit cleaner. This is the one that had that little piece left over, and I didn't cut it. So I'm just going out this one. So it's kind of hard to show on a black piece, but I'm only going out right where my finger just holded it. Okay, so out. Sometimes you do have to cut the piece off to get a cleaner edge, especially if you're like jamming it in there. You need to have a cleaner edge. There you go. So see, into the traveler's notebook. So you're going into the traveler's notebook. Here's the piece. I'm going in, so you can see it's in. I'm taking it all the way and going out the opposite direction. So in one way and out the other. That's your first strand. I'm going to do the exact same thing on the next side. But I'm going to need to bring this. Now you have a choice of how many strands you want. I only want 2. I don't want this to be too chunky, but I want it to have at least 3 books. Maybe a little bit more stuff, but I know because of the size, I'm not going to be able to carry a lot. Alright, so I'm going to come here. I'm going to go over here. And what I'm going to do is go in both inside. Okay, because remember, I only have 2 strands. Go ahead and clip the little piece. See how much easier it is if you clip that piece? Go in. Okay, so we don't need all this. So just look at your strand and how much is in here and pull. And I'm meeting it halfway, or a little bit more than half, like that. Now this side, I'm going to do the exact same thing. But I don't even need all this piece. So I'm going in here, and I didn't even have to cut it, which is good. And you'll have 2 pieces here and 2 pieces there. See that? At this point, you can hang charms. You can hang a charm before you put it in or after with the lobster claw. So here is all the pieces, right? So you have one big strand of elastic. We don't need all this. We're gonna pull until we make a, to look like that. You want to watch your tension, because if you go too tight, you'll buckle. You go too loose, your books won't hold. So you want it to be like, kind of like this. So where your pieces are leathered, where your pieces are, it won't buckle up on you. So I'll see here and then here. So then this point is the simplest point you could do, if you know how to do this, which we already know you do, is you take the strands, cut a piece off. There you have it. Now I'm going to show you how to make a jump band. Okay, so first we're going to tie it into a knot. Again, you don't want to go too tight, but you don't want to go too loose. See how it's starting to buckle? Still okay. Even if it did that, it's still okay. You can adjust your straps as much as you can. And if you have to, you can go like that. I feel like it's a little too tight, so I'm going to go in, pull it out with this tweezer, because my nails are not going to go in there. And I'm just going to unloosen it just to open it back up. There we go. There we go. Okay. And then just do one more knot is good, because I loosened it up. Just like that. I want it loose, I don't want it tight. So that's good. It's not going to always be perfect, but it's good. And then just go in and trim. Just so you don't have all this excess. You could do 4 holes if you could have enough room, and you would have no problem with all these straps. You can do with one elastic. Okay, so now you figure out your books. I want the M in front, which is my initial. Or should I do the M in the back? Well, this is the lined one, so I think I want it in the front. And you just go like this, making sure you can get it in there. There you have it. It's perfect. Just adjust it to the size. So as you can see, here and here is fine. So we'll put that in there. And then this one, I think, will be my last book. Find the center. I forgot to tell you that. You find the center and you just slip it through. So if you're new at Traveler's Notebooks, this is exactly what you do. You find your center. And there you have that one. How are you going to get the third book in? You need it to go in here, right? You take this strand, and it's usually not that big, believe me. And you go through the middle, like I'm doing. And you don't have to close it or open it like I did. And you just want to give it a knot. Making sure you have enough room again. You don't need all this to make a knot. It don't matter where you put it either. There you go. And then just knot it. Again, you don't want it too tight. You still want it to breathe. And that is a good knot. You don't have to do a whole bunch of knots either. What I'm trying to learn is the monkey knot. And hanging charms off of it. That has to be so pretty. And see? Now that is your jump band. You can have the elastic like this showing through, where it's the knot, or you could tuck it in the inside. I prefer it on the outside so when I'm writing, it's not in my way. So what do you do with this? You take this, you're going to jump it in the front or in the back, whichever you feel comfortable. And there you have it. I went right over that book with the strand. So here's the book. Oh, this fly is driving me crazy. And you have the jump band. So when you close your book, yes, it's exactly at the center because this piece was the exact same size as this. Close it, and there you have it. If you're okay with a little bit of overhang, then that's fine. But if not, then find a bigger piece. But this piece is the only piece Michaels had that would fit this. You can go the long ways, and then you would have been okay with the traveler's notebook being longer. So this is where I want to put this. Oh, let me show you this. This I made too as well. And it's the same color as the elastic I found. This is a different cording. This is not elastic. And this is the pieces that go to this. So for this part, you can just go through each book. Go through the top book, let it hang. This is all I do. And go through this book. So I'm just going around the books. You just play with it so it's not hanging too much. So you can tie a knot. And that's basically it. So I want it to hang like this. So what I'm going to do is tie a knot. So I know the silver doesn't match the black. Oh, it looks pretty. But I'm going to tie a knot here. So I'm going to cut it, which is okay. And then just tie a knot. And I still have the piece. It's not as long. So there you have it. And again, just clip it off. You don't have to do this part. You really don't. And hopefully you've seen that. And there you have it. You probably see strand here, but just tuck it in. And here you have little charms and a whole traveler's notebook. And for this, I was thinking this, but because of the color, it will look cute. Here you can add charms too. Like that. Or, like I said, you could do it on the side. You could have actually took that strand and brought it down, and I need to tie it again. So I probably will do that right now. Bring it down and then do it again. Like you can, this one to this one. Actually, my fingers are a little too big for this knot, but that's okay. I'll get it. Before I tie it, let me show you this, because I don't want my video to cut off. I want it to be just one whole video. And let me go in with the tweezers on this part, just to hold it open. Okay, there we go. And then if the strand's big enough to fit into this lobster, or if you can make your own, there you have it. You have a side charm. But because this is this color, I'm not going to do that. But there you go. You have a traveler's notebook you made with only using a few pieces. A leather piece from Michaels. Yes, you will see the pages flushed. and as it grows, it'll probably, you know, expand a lot more. You don't need to close this if you don't want to. You can leave it open. The piece pretty much is going to close on its own by wear and tear. But yeah, if you don't want all 3 books, again, you could just take the junk band out, take this book out, and you'll have a little bit bigger piece because it's going to have only 2 books. So again, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, leave a comment, and share the video. Let me know that you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions or any, you know, any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below as well. I will talk to you in the next video, and have a good day. Bye-bye.